I'm gonna start a podcast. Best believe that you're gonna see my face every other week. You had to come to me in order for me to
regulate any stealing of
Whoa,
this property.
sticker
Damn,
upper is crazy.
can't be any geek off
Like
the
what?
street.
What you mean I'm in my third year and I don't fuck with you? Be so serious. Not me making myself look like a fool. When really and truly it went wrong the minute you weren't yourself. Be so serious. You know what I mean? Wait. So who are my real friends for real? I wasn't beefing with nobody. So whoever was beefing with me was beefing with air. Period. Wait, let me cook. As you can see, this podcast is the beginning of me being more intentional with the things that I do. I just got into university. I'm in my second year. And in my first year, I feel like I wasn't very intentional with my actions, just kind of like floating around. And I think one of the biggest things, especially in this new stage in my life, is like being more intentional with the people that I surround myself with. And I feel like I've been being more active about it this year than last year, because best believe last year, girl, like I will say that I met a lot of good people last year, the people that I still consider to be my friends now, but I wasn't intentional with the people that I was choosing to spend my time with, because I was so focused on wanting to be social, and I was so focused on wanting to be a social person and making myself known because of my experience in high school. In high school, it was very much get up, go to school, come back, sleep, get up, go to school, come back, sleep. Like that was my thing. That was my routine in high school. And I wanted to change that in a sense of being more social and, being with people, because I feel like in high school, I didn't really have much friends. And I did have friends, but they were like school friends. So I didn't really hang out with them outside of school. Or like, not even, because even at school, I was like kind of to myself. Like you had to come to me in order for me to engage with you, even if you were my friend. You know what I mean? So I wanted to change that when I was coming into my first year of high school. Whoa. First of all, first year of uni. But I feel like my approach was terrible. I know people always say, oh, you should be outgoing. You should, talk to people. But I feel like it's not the best advice. You're saying hi to everybody and you're being welcoming to everybody, but you don't know them enough to be selective with who you're saying hello. Because I feel like I'm a big sticker upper. Whoa, sticker upper is crazy. Okay, I feel like I'm a huge believer of you attract the things that you are. So if you are a certain way, you tend to attract those things. And because I was trying to be sociable and trying to be somebody that I wasn't, I was attracting people that I didn't want in my life. You get what I'm saying? You catch my drift? Yeah, so that was my case for my first year, and it actually ended up backfiring. I'm glad it backfired as early as it was, like maybe like after my first semester, but I'm glad that it happened that way, because if it happened a little bit later, girl, I would have been low-key mad. What you mean I'm in my third year and I don't fuck with you? Be so serious. Like that I feel like I was upset at the moment, but now that I think about it, like, be so expeditiously for real, you did not want these people in your life. Those are the type of people that were not for me and the type of person that I was. And I actually had to have a discussion with other people about who I was hanging out with, for them to tell me like, girl, you're not even like literally, I kid you not, after whatever the whole situation was, I was talking to other people and I was like, oh yeah, this and this happened, and they're like, honestly, you're not even like them. I don't know why you were like close with them. And I said, ooh, not you noticing it, not me making myself look like a fool. Like, be so expeditiously for real. Like, I was bamboozled. I was shocked. There is no way you just said that from your mouth. And even though I agree with you right now, you're fake for real. Like, you are fake. Because why didn't you not tell me when I was friends with them? I mean, low-key, I wouldn't have listened. I don't think I would have. Actually, I think I would have listened. I'm not going to lie to you. So that just goes to say, be yourself. Because if you do not be yourself, you're going to attract people that you don't want in your life. And it's just going to backfire. And then you're going to ask what went wrong, when really and truly it went wrong the minute you weren't yourself. Be so serious. You know what I mean? When I was friends with these people, I noticed that a lot of things about myself was changing, in terms of me doing things and realizing that my younger self, or like my past self, would not be fond of the person that I've become. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope that makes sense. So yeah, at that point I was like, you know what, I need to surround myself with people that I think are good for me, and I think who are gonna help me grow as a person, or who believes in the things that I believe. And that's where I went wrong with those people. And I'm not saying that those people are bad people, because they're still, I still talk to some of them now, but it's definitely more of an acquaintance situation than a besties friendship type of situation, you know what I mean? Within that same time frame, I was starting to psychoanalyze all the friendships that I had. And obviously that happens to most people when, you know, you have a falling out with somebody. You're like, wait, so who are my real friends for real? Like, I go to a new school. This is in a total different city. I'm 3 hours away from my original city, so I'm living on campus. I was in my dorm talking about who are the real girlies in my life? Be so serious. Yeah, so I started psychoanalyzing all my friends, and it just so happened to be one of them that was actually my friend for over years. Like, it's been a lot of years, okay? I just realized this particular person that I had in my life for such a long time, they did not embody the type of person that I was trying to be. And I think being in a friendship, a lot has to do with growing together or reaching a goal together. You know what I mean? And if that person doesn't want to like reach that goal with you, why are you friends with them? I feel like that should be the general basis of why are you friends with this person? What are they doing for you? And I'm not saying friendships are supposed to be transactional, but what are they doing for you, or what are you learning from them, and what are they learning from you, and how is that learning process helping you guys grow together and be the types of people that you are trying to be? And that wasn't the case for this particular person that I've been friends with for years. And I'm not saying that, you know, obviously we've had amazing time and amazing memories, so on and so forth, but I had reached that age where it was just like, we are no longer in the same stages of life. Yeah, so that was just what it was. And I was like, you know what? I need to cut this person out of my life. But I was very hesitant purely because I was friends with this person for so long. I think that that's when I realized, I was like, you know what? Time means nothing. I remember posting this one time on my TikTok, actually. Wait, let me cook. I don't even remember what I said. Oh my gosh. And I ate with that. I deleted it off my TikTok because I'm not posting no more. But like, I said, time means nothing. Oh my gosh. There's no way that I do not remember. Okay, wait. Sorry, I have to go to my Google Photos. And I know you're asking why Google Photos? Because I don't like having like stuff on my phone. Like pictures, especially if they're taking up a lot of space. Ooh, not that one. Okay. Okay. So I said, time means nothing. If y'all don't click anymore, get over it. Okay. And and that was the biggest things. And when I say like don't click anymore, I mean like in all types of aspects. Like if y'all don't have the same goals, if it's just weird around each other, like if you guys don't have the same point of views, and I'm not saying that all friends have to have the same point of views and all that, but it was like we were like, you can be complete opposites and still be friends with each other. But I'm saying like in terms of the type of person that they embody, the type of person that they are, like, are you driven, and is the person the complete opposite? Why would you want to be friends with a person that's not driven in life? You know what I mean? If that's what you're trying to be. And especially because as a person that believes that you tend to be the type of people that you surround yourself with, if you guys do not like relate in those types of aspects, then you guys should not be friends anymore. And that's what I was basically trying to say in this message. It was like, I was friends with this person since I was in like, but that time doesn't diminish the memories, but you also cannot overlook the things that are going on in the friendship just because you guys have been friends for so long. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. But that was my case. Like, I was holding on to a friendship that was long overdue. 100%. It was just not a friendship that I was supposed to be in anymore. And it actually took my best friend to tell me, yo, like, why are you friends with this person for real? Like, basically, yeah, I cut her off. I had stopped talking to her. I stopped texting her. And it wasn't really hard cutting this person off because there were a plethora of things as to why I like didn't want to be friends, but the friendship was not being reciprocated. So not reaching out to her, not talking to her was not a big deal, because for her, it was kind of like she wanted to stay relevant in my life. That was what it was. But yeah, so cutting the person was not really hard. And I feel like in most cases, cutting a person off isn't hard. It's mainly you battling with yourself and trying to figure out whether or not it's a good decision. Because with me, I think that I always tend to think of things being definitive. Like, if I do not want to be friends with the person, like, I'm just not going to be friends with the person ever. It has to be a very good decision that I'm making, because once I make this definitive like statement that I'm not going to be friends with a person, I make sure that it stays that way. But in some cases, it might be hard. I feel like you have to be bold in these types of situations where, let's say you want to cut somebody off, but they're not letting you cut them off. You need to be definitive with them. Unless they're like a stalker, get that restraining order immediately. You know what I mean? But you need to be definitive, because I know when some people, they be saying they're trying to cut somebody off, they never actually cut them off. Like, be so expeditiously for real. Like, what are you doing? You're tippy-toeing around this. Like, just say it with your chest. Like, that was my case with one of the friends that I had that I was trying to cut off, and she just kept texting me, and I said, girl, you need to get off my phone immediately, because I no longer want to be your friend. And it's not because I'm trying to be rude to you, but it's just like, I just don't want you in my life, period. She kept texting me after that, but I just ignored her. Just ignore them, cut them off, tell them you don't want to be friends with them. Like, be a bigger person, be so serious. We are at the age where we cannot be tiptoeing around. Like, be so for real. Like, if you don't want to be friends with somebody, stop being friends with them. It's not hard. I feel like it's not hard, especially at my age. Now, if you're young and you're in high school, things are different there. Do whatever the frick you want, you know what I mean? If you're telling me you're 18 and above and you're asking questions about how you should cut somebody off and you're tiptoeing around bricks right now, you better just move yourself from my sight. Like, actually, because what are you doing? You're old enough to go up to somebody and be like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Don't talk to me. You don't even have to say don't talk to me. Don't be rude like me. I'm just rude. But like, you can just go up to, you can have a cordial conversation and be like, hey, I think that right now I'm just kind of like not even going through stuff, bro. I feel like that in the stage that I'm at right now, I don't really want to like surround myself with things that don't align with my future. And I'm not saying that you're not, but like, I feel like I'm sounding rude. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like if you're an adult and if you're like a person who's like, you know, mature and understands, then you wouldn't take that to heart. And honestly, if they take it to heart, be so expeditiously for real. Like, you shouldn't even be friends with them. Like, why you want to be with a friend that's immature? Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like, I don't know, cutting off culture. I just want to talk about cutting off culture. When I was younger, cut off culture, and I don't want to say, when I say I'm cutting somebody off, I just mean I'm not friends with you anymore. Okay, but when I was in middle school, cutting off meant you were beefing with them. And listen, there are a couple of people I was cutting off in middle school, but I wasn't beefing with nobody. So whoever was beefing with me was beefing with air, period. But but I feel like in most cases when I was in middle school, I don't know if it was just for me, like, comment down below if this was for you too. But when we were in middle school, I swear everybody and their mama thought that once you cut somebody off, you were beefing with them. Because I had a couple of occasions where I had cut somebody off, or I had explicitly made it clear that I wasn't friends with them, and all of a sudden we're fighting. Who are you fighting? Shit, we can rumble it up, but be so expeditiously for real. Like what are you on? If you're on the other end where somebody it just doesn't want to be your friend anymore, I feel like you shouldn't take it to heart. Like, it shouldn't be something for you to be taken to heart. Like, the person doesn't want to be your friend, the person who doesn't want to be your friend, and of course you're gonna have, like, you know, some emotions attached to it. Like, I don't know, maybe like you had an attachment to this person, or, you know, long friendship. Like in my case, you still shouldn't feel butthurt about somebody not wanting to be your friend. Like, people come and go, and that's just like the natural, like, that's just a natural thing to happen. And if you're butthurt about that, if you're trying to fight that, I feel like a lot of this has to do with maturity. Like, I feel like if you can't sit down and have a conversation with somebody and tell them, because I know there are some people that try to avoid like conversations with people, and in most cases, like, if you're trying to like communicate with somebody, I feel like you should be able to sit down and have a conversation with them and tell them, oh, so and so and so, you know what I mean? Like, even if it's even about them. And I'm saying, like, let's say you have a situation with this person or whatever, or a problem with this person. You sit down with them, try and have a conversation, but they're basically trying to avoid the situation. Like, I feel like at that point there's really nothing that you can do about it, because that's just the type of person that they are. And you either need to accept it and still be friends with them, and accept it and cut it off. Like, I feel like you just need to accept it, period, but find a solution to that situation. Because I definitely have a couple of friends that I've decided to distance myself purely for the fact that they just could not have a conversation, like a serious conversation. Like in terms of, let's say if I bring something up, they just kind of avoid it. They'd avoid it or diminish the situation. At that point, it was like, I like you as a friend on other aspects, but if we can't sit down and have a cordial conversation about something, like, I don't want to waste my time and energy. You should never have to waste your time and energy on somebody who's not willing to do the same as you, who's not reciprocating. Whoa, oh my gosh, I lost a lot of breath there. Who's not reciprocating the type of energy that you're on, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, but be more intentional with the things that you want to do in life, period. Especially with friendships, especially with the people that you surround yourself with, because you quickly become the people who you surround yourself with. So if you're surrounding yourself with the type of people that you do not want to be, then why surround yourself with them? And also, I think I was also the type of person where it was like, I just want to have friends. Not every person that you interact with is going to be friend compatible, you know what I mean? And I feel like it also depends on the type of person that you are and how you understand certain terms, because I'm the type of person where it's like, I can't be just friends with anybody. So there are my friends, like people who I talk to on a consistent basis, and there are people who are acquaintances. I feel like it's amazing. I feel like you should have more acquaintances than you should have friends. Like, not everybody's gonna be your friend, like, and not everybody's gonna be your best friend, like, you know what I mean? I feel like this is the end of my podcast. I hope you like this video, and there's definitely gonna be more of them, better ones. This is just the beginning, but I will be back. Thanks for listening to my video. I hope you enjoyed. It hasn't been long, but I think it's actually pretty been long. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, subscribe, or else I'm gonna beat you up. Nah, I'm playing.
Don't talk to me about infestation.
No, listen. This girl has a rat in her house. Like, why there's so many bodies in this tiny ass house right now? All jumping on my feet.
Sometimes,
like,
there's
you know
no music at all. To me. It's just
the places in the story, like,
yeah, that's a whole
bomb ass drop. Like, oh, you're a cop, or do you work at Kingston? Alabama University Rush, where it's like those white girls in sorority, just like, welcome, we've been waiting for you. So like chanting, like screaming and cheering. She's like, those blonde white girls in white dresses. Tell me that's not. How to sustain mental health well-being in
Damn,
that's a deep one.
Get into her